how to renew and recharge ourselves. What a and I just believe everybody in life, we all need to learn how to do that, because otherwise it's a very competitive, stressful environment. It's difficult to make it through.
Absolutely.
You know?
We seem to be going at ludicrous speed.
Ludicrous speed, yes. Yes, indeed. And sometimes part of self-sustainment is letting go, releasing, just letting go, not getting caught up in the world. It's like, again, that time out, maybe that meditation time out of just getting away from it all so we can recharge and go back to it. But to recharge, we have to remotivate. And to me, remotivate is to remember what's the big turn on of why you're there and what you're doing, and to recall in your mind's eye the picture of you being successful with this. And that keeps us going, particularly if we believe we can do this. So it's like, I see my success in my mind's eye, I feel wonderful about doing this, I believe it, and then I do it. That's the formula.
Precisely.
Yeah.
I like that. That's great. It's a great formula for success.
Right, it is. Feel it, see it, believe it, and do it.
I think the key is doing it, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And do it a lot of times little by little by little. We can't do everything in one day. It's little steps, baby steps. It's called Kaizen in Japan, and it's the wisdom of little steps. Just keep going, and that is about sustainability, the ability to keep going.
Correct. I like the idea of the whole green man idea. I love tying it in with nature and having a chance, what you talked about in the workshop, of really looking at how nature rebuilds itself, renews itself, using the re-word.
The re-word.
This seems to be the word for 2006 and 7.
Yes, to revive our life, rejuvenate, and resurrect, and all of those things. And Green Man is a great mythic and real character, because it represents nature and the wisdom and power of nature. For me, when I want to sometimes get more information than the tarot, for example, I look to nature for guidance, because nature knows how. Nature knows how to produce and create and renew itself in relationship over and over again. What a great mentor and coach.
Yes, precisely.
Yeah.
I marvel at nature and her ability to restore and renew on a continual basis.
Yeah, and we're part of nature, but a lot of times we forget.
Yes.
And so this is a path of remembering, to remember, and to recall the nature that we are. Because we get very caught up in a very kind of artificial life where we don't really breathe in the air and get out in the sunlight and green ourselves, refresh and rejuvenate ourselves.
Right.
So nature is an inspiration for us.
Yes, and I like the key. The key was to make sure that we went outside, to get outside. We live in a world now that's just around walls. I'm in walls, I'm in cubicles all day. And we forget to get outside into nature and really regreen ourselves.
Right. And how many times have you gone for a walk or a hike in nature? By a river or up in the mountains or to the ocean? Right. We just come back rejuvenated. It's a spiritual tonic, an elixir, if you will. You just feel good. Nature is a great healer and energizer.
Yes, yes it is. And I absolutely concur with you.
Right.
Well, James, thank you so much for being with us on this program today and sharing your enlightenment with all of us.
Well, thank you. And it's great to be here on your first show.
Thank you.
What an honor. I love that. I really, really love that. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you. And it's been an honor to work with you as well.
Super. Thank you.
And I wish you much success and prosperity in the future.
And to sustain it.
And to sustain it, yes.
Thank you.
With that vibrant youth.
That's right. Yes. Growing young is a good thing,
yes.
which is doable.
It truly.
We can actually reverse the aging of the brain by our breathing, our aerobic walks of 3 times a week. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'll remember that.
Okay.
Thank you again.
And this kind of revival of spirituality that we're involved in borrows from the Native Americans, from the shamanic traditions, from here or Peru or wherever. We borrow from, and in this deck, Voyager, I've got all sorts of shamanistic symbolism, We borrow from the East, from the Buddhists and the Hindus and yoga and meditation. We take a lot from the East, obviously. We incorporate a lot of our Christian, Judeo-Christian traditions into our spirituality. Look at yoga. I mean, how physical can you get? But it's always combining the physical and the worldly with the spirit, with spiritual. You know, so when you do a particular stretch or a posture, it's not just a physical thing, it's done with that spiritual meaning and intention. So again, what we're doing is integrating. This new movement is integrated. It integrates the body with spirit in all the martial arts. I mean, those are way physical. And yet they're all coming from a spiritual place. Psychology is a new way of thinking, is intuitive thinking. Intuitive thinking. We all grow up in school. Oh man, 2 + 2 = 8. Wait a minute. I mean, we learn how to think analytically. We left brain, very, very analytical. Cool. We absolutely have to know how to think logically, no doubt. And not get caught in that box, because that will not be all that helpful in today's world. In today's world, there's too much information coming by too fast. And how do we deal with the overwhelm and the overload of all the choices that we have? If we sat down and analyzed all the decisions you have to make in one day, you would never get through the day. The beauty of astrology or the I Ching or the tarot is they are incredible holistic maps that show you who you are, where you want to go, and how to get there. And every tarot deck, for example, has 4 suits, one for the mental, one for the emotional, one for the body, and one for spirit. And to create your fortune, to create your life, do it holistically. Get it together mentally, feel it emotionally, have the energy to do it physically, and know that it's your higher purpose spiritually. If you bring mind, body, heart, and spirit involved into your actions, into your intentions, you got it. And if just my mind says, well, I think that's a good idea, but physically it's like, oh, I don't have the energy. And emotionally, I don't know. It's an entertaining idea. Chances are you're not going to do much with it. You've got to be fully synergized or totally turned on, mind, heart, body, and spirit to be successful. And that's why a lot, particularly the tarot, is a brilliant tool. Life today is not easy. Even though our standard of life is higher than it's ever been, we work more than anybody else has worked in human history. Wow. I went, oh, we have it great. We can do this and all that. But wait a minute, we're working our tails off. And there's a lot of stress and change and this and that and diversity. It's like, whoa, how do you cope? And so I'm working on a project called self-sustainability. Yeah, let's sustain the planet, for sure. But what about self-sustainability? It's about learning the principles of reinventing, re-energizing, recharging, re-motivating ourselves. And to me, that is a spiritual practice and a path. To sustain yourself, the life spirit in you, is a spiritual practice. It is a kind of yoga. And so my definition, I'm not talking about you have to go to church. I'm not talking about you have to meditate. I'm not talking about you have to do anything. It's just see whatever you do as who you are as, you know, a spiritual being having a human experience. We are all spiritual beings having a human experience. And so whatever human experience we have or do, if we have the right intention, it is a spiritual act. So I just think it's an amazing world we live in, you know. And to realize we're a lot more spiritual than maybe we think we are. And all you have to do is look at yourself.
Thank you for joining us on the New Age Paradigm. We look forward to seeing you next month. Have a great week.